Welcome back to Movie Plot Twist. Today I'm going to summarize the movie The Call. The movie begins in the Hive, a 911 call center. Jordan, a 911 operator, receives a call from a distraught Leah Templeton about an intruder trying to break into her house while she's home alone. Leah is able to hide using Jordan's guidance and fool the intruder into thinking she jumped off the upper floor balcony. Leah accidentally disconnects the call and Jordan redials. The intruder hears the answered call and finds her in her hiding place. Jordan tries to dissuade him through the phone, but he answers, "It's already done," before hanging up. The next day, breaking news confirmed that Leah has been murdered. This takes a toll on Jordan, who decides not to handle field calls. She still remembers Leah and blames herself for the mistake that resulted in Leah's death. Jordan, now a 911 operator trainer, takes the newbies through the motions of what to expect once they become operators. At a mall, Casey Wilson is out with a friend having lunch. It appears they are being watched. Her friend has to leave as she is running late. Casey discovers her friend's forgotten burner phone and pockets it. Casey heads to her car and almost gets run over by a man, Michael. He drags her and loads her into the trunk of his car. At the Hive, Jordan and the newbies walk around and are shown how to receive calls and assist people. Casey wakes up when the drug wears off and is shocked to find herself in the trunk of a vehicle. Her friend's burner phone rings and she is able to use the phone to call 911. The rookie that picks the call is unable to locate the call, nor is able to make sense of Casey's panicked call, so Jordan takes over and at first has an anxiety attack until her supervisor calms her down and she is able to focus. She is able to get Casey's details, where she was kidnapped from, the abductor's features, and the details of the vehicle. The burner phone's location cannot be determined by GPS, so police on helicopter attempt to locate the vehicle by its color. Jordan is able to guide Casey on how to knock out one of the taillights, which she does, and stick her hand out to attract attention. A woman notices this and calls the 911 thinking it's a child accidentally stuck in the trunk. The lady driver catches the attention of the abductor Michael, who panics and exits the highway. This at least points the police in the right direction. Casey discovers paint cans and, as instructed by Jordan, pours them out of the taillight hole. Another driver, Alan Dinado, sees the paint spill and alerts Michael when they get to the traffic lights. Once clear, he speeds off and parks the car to assess the situation. He gets angry at Casey for getting paint on her hair and attempts to drag her once more. He is interrupted by Alan, who had followed him to the parking lot. Alan attempts to call 911, but Michael soon smashes his side window and phone with a shovel before knocking him out with it. The bottle he'd stashed into his back pocket gets broken and he throws the pieces onto the ground. Finally, the cops are able to locate the red car. Michael loads both Casey and Alan's body into Alan's car and resumes his journey. Casey is able to connect with Jordan and update her on the happenings and their change of vehicle. Alan gains consciousness and wakes up in the trunk. He panics and starts shouting for help, and when Michael hears the noise, he stabs Alan one too many times till he unalives him. He wants Casey to behave and take Alan's lighter with him. The police are able to lift and scan fingerprints from the broken bottle in hopes of identifying the abductor. Jordan instructs Casey to retrieve Alan's wallet from his dead body and she is able to pull up his details, including his vehicle. The car is low on fuel and Michael stops at a gas station. He sees a missing person alert on TV as he pumps gas. Casey attempts to get the attention of the gas attendant by slipping in between the back seats, and when the attendant tries to help her, Michael douses him with gasoline and burns him alive. An angry Michael pulls Casey and knocks her out with a punch. Meanwhile, the police are able to identify Michael using his fingerprints and go to his primary home, where they find his wife and 2 young children, but cannot find Michael. Michael, on the other hand, finally reaches his destination and discovers the burner phone in Casey's pocket. Jordan attempts to reason with him to let go of Casey since his identity is already known, but he replies with, "It's already done. It's already done." Jordan realizes that Michael is for sure the same man who murdered Leah Templeton 6 months back. In Michael's home office, the police find a photograph of Michael and his sister, who greatly resembles Casey. Michael's wife reveals that the house in the photo burned down, but the nearby cottage still remains, where Michael does minor repairs. They find its location and the police raid it, but find no one there. Michael starts to torture Casey slowly and straps her to a foldable wheelchair. He cuts off her shirt and forces her to breathe in nitrous oxide. He then proceeds to wash and trim her hair to get rid of the paint. Casey frees one hand and sprays something into Michael's eyes before attempting to escape. She runs and locks herself in a room and is terrified by what she sees when Michael catches up with her. Jordan, unable to go home, keeps replaying her recorded phone call with Casey. When there's still no positive news regarding Casey, Jordan drives to their secondary home, where she finds several photos of Michael and his sister. Outside, she recognizes sounds from a flagpole similar to those she had heard in the background at the end of the recorded 911 call with Casey. She also finds Casey's burner phone nearby and a trapdoor next to it. She accidentally drops her cell phone and climbs down the ladder to retrieve it. Jordan hides from Michael in one of the rooms, the same one Casey tried to lock herself in. Michael has a prop head he keeps there. He has been scalping. Jordan hides from Michael in one of the rooms, the same one Casey tried to lock herself in. Michael has a prop head he keeps there. He has been scalping and killing young girls with blonde hair, similar to his dead sisters, who lost hers from chemotherapy. The latest scalp belonging to Leah Templeton, which still has her blue highlight. He tosses it with the rest in a small fridge. The police finally locate Alan DiNardo's car and his body. Michael begins scalping Casey when Jordan attacks Michael and knocks him out, then frees Casey. Michael wakes up and tries to drown Jordan, but is unsuccessful when Casey stabs him with a pair of scissors. They are able to make it to the door and up the ladder and out the cellar. Casey was first to